liters of milk do they have? I can see some feeds around here, so you can tell us which feeds they are exactly. At what point do you introduce them? Yes.
First, when it comes to the issue of calf rearing, calf rearing starts from very far.
Okay.
And calf rearing starts from calf selection, semen selection.
Okay.
Whichever semen you select will determine the calf that you will get. Remember, we have talked about the reason for drying a cow is for the purpose for the calf to grow. Then those we call them the pre-stages. Then you have the post-stage where the calf is born. And for you to be able to manage this calf and to know how to go about it, you must know the shortcomings that these animals have. One, this calf is born with very minimum immunity, or even zero immunity. Two, this calf is born with what we call perforated intestines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Intestines are perforated. And number three, these calves are born. We talked of animals being ruminant, but these ones, they are pre-ruminants.
Okay.
They are ruminants, but the chambers have not developed, all of them. The only chamber that will have developed is the abomasum. That is the last chamber. And that's where milk goes. Yeah. So, armed with that information, you need to know how am I going to introduce immunity to my calves, because immunity is everything. And that's why for us, when a calf is born, the first thing we do after maybe assisting the mother with the normal delivery, we do the weighing. Immediately after that, that calf does not see blood. Yeah? We bring them to this cubicle, you can see. We have put bendings. We bring them here. Then we make sure we feed it with colostrum. Before the elapse of 6 hours, this calf must feed on 4 kgs of colostrum.
4 kgs
of colostrum. Before it's 12 hours, it should feed on around 8 kgs of colostrum. There is what we call immunoglobulin, which is in the colostrum. Yeah, that will provide it with immunity. Its absorption at those first hours are very high. That's why we are not leaving it with the mother, because by the time maybe it's looking for the other after the calving, you can consider the calving area how that it can be with the blood, with those colostrum proteins, with dung. So for us, we prefer, instead of it maybe sucking the mother, we are going to waste a lot of time. So that's why we bring it here.
Then you milk the mother.
We milk the mother immediately, then we feed it with the colostrum.
Okay.
We'll feed with them with colostrum for the next 5 days. Then from there, that's when they go out to the normal milk. For colostrum, in most cases, we use this kind of feeding bucket. Bottle, because this one you can be able to support. You can support the calf. It's still, it has just been born. It's weak, head is weak, so you can be able to support and feed colostrum. Then after that, when they're talking with the colostrum, just after the bit, that's when we use now these buckets. These buckets are calibrated. You can see they are calibrated in terms of liters.
Yes.
So for our calves, we feed them twice.
Twice a day.
Twice a day. In the morning and in the evening.
How many liters?
For the first 1 month, we usually feed them at a rate of 3 liters.
Per feed?
Per feed. So we will go with around 6 liters.
6 a day.
But then we'll go decreasing as the feed intake is improving. So this is a bucket we use. I can even show you the example how they circle.
Okay.
See them circling?
Yes.
The advantage of these compared to those people who feeds.
You're making it happy for no good reason.
Unlike those who feed with buckets. You see, for this one, it's circling, like the normal way it's circling the mom,
the tits of the mom.
You can see the angle that we are feeding it at. It's a slanting angle. Just like the way it circles the mother. There is a reason for that. Because remember, the milk goes to the last chamber. Milk and feed, they don't go to the same chamber. No. The milk goes to the last chamber. The abomasum. That's where digestion and everything takes place. The feeds, this one, they go to the rumen.
Okay.
So that's why after the 5th day, we usually introduce the calf pellets and maybe some mashed dairy milk, to enhance the feed intake. This one plus the hay and water, it enhances the development of the rumen. Remember, we said this animal is a pre-ruminant. Being a pre-ruminant means what? The rumen, the reticulum, and abomasum are not fully developed. The abomasum is the only one that is developed. That one is developed through the solid feeds and water. So by the 5th day, we usually introduce these feeds, the solid feeds. These ones we put them down. These ones we put them down. But when it comes to milk, we put it up. So we'll feed it. I will also introduce mineral blocks to these calves. I will keep on weighing them as they grow. When they attain double their mother's weight, double the calving weight, birth weight that is, that's when we remove them. So some of them we remove them at 10 weeks, some will go even up to 12 weeks. But at maximum we go is 12 weeks. So at 3 months, that's when we do the weaning. But there are some other activities that we carry out here. Like you can see the tagging, that is identification. We usually identify them at this stage.
What does this tag have? There's a name?
There's a name and there is a date of birth.
DOB, okay.
And at the back, we have the sire and the dam. So if you want to know who is the mother, who is the sire, you'll get that. Apart from that, we usually do the horning. No, but this is not the horning, it's banding.
Yeah.
You see, you can see this one is already disbanded.
Yes.
For us, we don't do the iron rods. There's a paste we use.
Okay.
Then we just apply to the horns when they're even the second day of birth, and that calf will never grow home. And like when people just put banding in hot rods. For us, we do it that way.
With that paste. What's the name of the paste?
The paste is called the remove. It's a horn paste.
Okay.
It's there in the agrovet. So you apply at early stage because that iron banding, it always stresses the animals. You get them growing slowly. So that's why we prefer using those at the early age. Then from there, these animals are fed on water as well. Yeah, the provision of water is there like every day, not like every day. Every day, very early in the morning, they must get water. After feeding them with milk, we provide them with water. Then in the evening,
from day one.
From day 3.
From day 3.
From day 3, yeah. Then in the evening, before we feed them on milk, we remove the water first because water also helps in the development of the rumen because it's one that is going to dissolve these feeds. Yeah, to enhance the process of digestion. And that way the rumen will develop. And remember, I told you, any animal depends with the state of the rumen. Determines everything in calf rearing.
Okay. Given the low immunity, tell us about how you maintain the cleanliness of these things. I'm assuming they are very, very important.
I think from the word go, I told you about the role definitions.
Yes.
So there is somebody who is in charge of this.
The calves.
The calves. So we train this person how to handle these calves, hygiene levels. So at least somebody who is now used to. Even we don't need to do the supervision because he has been in this for a number of years. And I tell you, the beauty part of those issues of the human resource, you have high retention of workers.
Yes.
So like this guy has been here in this class for almost 8 years plus.
8 years plus.
So he has learned all the arts about the feeding the calves, maintaining the hygiene. So that's how we handle it. So cleaning, we have a lot of hot water around, warm water, disinfecting, we have all those in place.
Okay. I can see the way you've designed this structure, it's a bit different. There are no mattresses here. Then the structures are wooden. Can you tell us why that is the case for the cows? For the calves, you see they are urinating. You see the floor is laid. Yes.
Yeah. So what is there? There is a urine, there is water, there is stuff. So there is we have used timbers to put the floor, but some space in between for ease of dropping for the drainage. But to see for the calves because they need a lot of warmth. They're still young. We always put hay. Yeah. And you see they'll be here for long. So we put quite an amount of it. But every morning they have to remove the wet ones, the dirtified ones. Then we just add another one.
Okay.
That's how we go about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With regards to serving the females, how do you increase your chances of getting more female cows compared to male cows?
One thing that we usually do, and they have sexy men in the market.
Okay.
Yeah. Those sex, although it's around 95%. 5% you can get a male. And so what we major in is trying to prepare our animals for breeding. And in most cases, we do what we call batch breeding through synchronization. When you synchronize through the process we use a process called a pre-delta program, the one used in embryo transfers. So the conception rate is relatively high. Because the challenge you have with the sex women, the conception rate is very low. Because of the handling, it's a bit tricky in handling. So for us, what we do batch breeding. So we synchronize a number of like 10 animals. You can see most of these calves, they are born almost the same day. Yeah. So we breed them at once. So what we usually have done, what we might have done, is to influence the cycle, not the cycle of the animal. We do it artificially. So we know when to serve these animals because people have problem in breeding because of time. I will get people saying, oh, it was late service, this or what. Yeah, because maybe they might have started at night. He has seen it in the morning. So he'll call a vet and he started this morning. So by the time the vet is coming, it's already late. But for us, we do the synchronization program, so we know when to serve. So it's we who are manipulating the cycle. So that way we are able to get proper conception. So that's how we go about it.
So all these ones will be served at around the same time?
They'll be served the whole time. Even if we go to the banks, we'll see we have calves that are almost the same age, the same character in terms of age. So that's mostly how we do it.
Okay.
It doesn't mean don't do the natural or whatever. We don't serve them when they come in age. But sometimes we try to regulate to be able to manage those animals. When they calve down, we manage them as one batch. The calves are managed as a batch. It's easier when it comes to management.
Okay. Thank you for shedding light on that.